coming at you with knife mods, modifications that I've made to a Gerber fast draw, or rather, not a Gerber fast draw, but a cheap $5 knockoff of a Gerber fast draw. Alright, there's two major things. One of them is a safety feature, the finger-choil right here, and the other one is a convenience feature, the wave up here. Choil first. Alright, so to keep this from closing on me, if you were to overload the spine, like that, to keep it safe, I put a finger-choil in here, and I used an angle grinder to do the rough shape, and then took it to a belt sander, and touched that in, and ground that fine, and then tilted it slightly to make it so that the corner on the bit was comfortable to grip hold of, like that, so that the flesh of my finger doesn't get cut, because despite being not a very good knife, it's still sharp enough that you would hurt yourself if you were to grab it by the bit. Let's see. I'm very pleased with the way that came out. Very smooth. My minor regret is that I couldn't make it fit nicely with the plunge curve there, but it's a cheap knife, obviously. I'm not going to be that brokenhearted about it. Now, the other feature is the Emerson wave. If you don't know what one of those is, it's an opening feature that means that you shouldn't ever need a spring anymore. Now, this does have a spring, but it doesn't have to have a spring, at least not anymore. Okay, so this works only on forward-facing clips like this. I'm going to use my work glove as a makeshift pocket. You have the knife in your pocket and to the side, in the corner of the pocket, so not the way that I usually wear mine. And you reach in, and when you are drawing it out, get it into the corner, and then the little blip catches, pops that open. And if you go fast, it makes a very nice sound there. Just feels like you're ripping it open. It's a little bit harsh on the corner of your pocket, but if you deburr it after you make it, like I did, that's actually where there's a pair of scratches right here that you can't really see because the camera's not going to pick it up. But they're there. Let's get a zoom in. There we go. Look at that. Now, it goes from the spine of the knife, plunges very gently right there into a rounded divot with a little lip right there. Doesn't really take that much to be fully functional like that. I might make it slightly deeper if there wasn't a spring, but it feels like that's gonna work for me very nicely, so long as the pivot action itself is smooth. That should work really well. And one of the things that I worried about, which is why I was testing out the wave in the first place, is when I choke up on it and I press down right here, I don't really feel anything. Like that still feels perfectly comfortable. Well, not perfectly comfortable. It's not like the very nice down ramp on my Ganzo knife. That right there is much more comfortable, but I also can't choke all the way up on it like that. Still, it's not this good, but it's not uncomfortable. You wouldn't really notice so much that it was there. I felt like, because of the little horn shape to the wave, that I would really feel it, and I don't. Yeah, I could carve with this. I wouldn't, because Yeah, this was just really an experiment. It's going in a box now. But it could be done. Alright. Other mods that I've considered is I've considered dropping the back of that a little bit, like following that curve down instead of out at an angle like that, just to play around with it, see how I can shape the edge at the point there to my liking. I've wanted a knife that has that basic build, but what do you know? I have a knife that has that basic build. And if I want something a little smoother, I've got my own maker projects in the future. By the way, this is something that I made. You can, at some point in the future, you'll see me talk about the process on this, especially if I apply wood to the handle there, which I very well may in the near future. Probably going to fix that one with some... that's a discussion for another video. Okay, so knife mods. That was pretty much it. If you found this to be useful, I also do videos about knot tying how-tos. I do videos about knife tricks like the back flick. It's another opening option. And you can support me by giving me a like to raise my ranking in search results so that other people can see me. I'll show up on the sidebar in whatever it is. You can give me a subscription to see more videos like this in the future. You could support my Etsy shop where I sell rapid deployment paracord items like that, or you could subscribe to me on Patreon. And to know what Patreon is, briefly, it's a voluntary subscription service so that you can incentivize more videos like this to be made in the future. Kind of a vote with your dollar kind of thing. You can hear me discuss it more in my Patreon pitch video, or you could see more details about that and the video that I just talked about on my Patreon page. If you're on a non-YouTube service, all links will be in the description. If you are on a YouTube service, the links will still be in the description. They'll just also be on screen. Okay, don't forget to share this around to people who are curious about knife modifications. And consider recommending some of my other videos, like the wonderful playlist about shoelaces, different ways of tying shoelace knots. Alright, thank you very much.